Hello, fellow witches and wizards. My name is Phoenix Jenny, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Welcome to Scratches, the Director's Cut. Now, I am so excited about this because this is the best horror game ever made, in my opinion. And I know that's quite a claim. And I haven't played a ton of horror games in my time, but I honestly feel like this game is amazing. So first of all, I am playing this because the creator of this game, Agustin Cordes, he is finally, after so many years of nothing, is coming out with his new game, Asylum, and it's coming out March 6th. And I kind of want to get ready for that, so I'm going to play his cult classic, Scratches. This game is kind of what inspired me to write horror. I've always been a writer, but this is what really got me into the horror genre, is this game. So it's not a blind playthrough, I'll tell you that. I've played it like 3 times, and I've seen it played many times because I love it. Like every Halloween I watch somebody play it. And I first played it when I was in high school, and I hadn't really ever been exposed to any horror before. And it scared me so bad. Like the ending scared me so bad that I couldn't sleep, because I played it at night because I'm stupid. And I literally left my lights on all night, and I left my door open, my bedroom door open, so I could like scream to my parents down the hall. And I had my TV going. I had George Lopez going. There was a George Lopez marathon on Nick at Night when that was a thing. And even then, I still couldn't sleep because every time I closed my eyes, the ending was all I could see. And so this game is really scary. It's so good, but it's not even the scares that make it good. It's the story that makes it good. And that's why I'm playing it on my channel. If you're new to my channel, I really enjoy storytelling on my channel. And so this game has a really good story, really good. Actually, Agustin Cordes said that he was gonna, at one point, way back when, he said he was gonna make it into a book. He's since dropped that project, but I would like to make this game into a book if he'd let me. But I don't even know if that would even be a possibility, because let me explain to you the drama associated with this game. So this game is officially known as abandonware, which means you can't buy it. You might be able to find a copy of the disc, because this game came out in 2006, I believe. It's an old game. It's an older game, and you'll be able to tell. You can already tell because I can't get the resolution to quite fit the screen. It doesn't really have that capability. It's that old, but you can, like, probably like on eBay or Amazon or somewhere, somebody's selling, the disc copy. But even then, to get it to run on modern computers, you would have to do some bug fixes and add some patches to it and whatever. This, although, as I got on an abandonware website, because you can't actually buy this. This has a Steam page, but you can't purchase it off of Steam. And that's because this game is owned by, I forget the name of the company, specifically. It's probably the one they showed at the very beginning, Nucleosis or whatever it was. That particular, it might not even be that company, it might be a different company. The company that owns Scratches went out of business. And so what happens to the IP? I don't know. Like, I feel like that should automatically mean that all the rights go immediately to Agustin Cordes. But it doesn't work that way. And I don't know why it doesn't work that way, but so yes, in order to play this game, you would have to download it illegally. But according to Agustin Cordes in an interview that he did a couple years ago, he doesn't mind if you download it because he'd rather people play it than him make money. And if you want to support him, you can support him on Steam when his new game, Asylum, releases in a couple of weeks. Which I will be playing on the channel, but I want to play this first. The game Asylum is supposed to be the spiritual successor to Scratches. Take that with a grain of salt, just because spiritual successor never means sequel. Spiritual successor, it could mean it might not even be in the same universe as this game. It just means it has the same vibe, you know. It doesn't. It's sort of like if you're familiar with Until Dawn, the game Until Dawn, and then they made The Quarry. The Quarry is Until Dawn's spiritual successor. None of the characters are the same. None of the stories the same. It might not even be in the same universe, but it's the spiritual successor. So don't assume that everything you're gonna see in here or any of what you see in this game is gonna be in Asylum, but it's gonna have the same vibe. It's gonna be scary. It's basically all that means, I'm assuming. I'm excited anyway. Anything that Agustin Cordes makes is gold. So, because this game is amazing. You can go on his YouTube channel, and I'm going to link all this in the description, by the way. I'm going to link his YouTube channel. I'll link the interview that he gave on the YouTube channel Vote for Holt. I'll put that in the description, and I'll put where you can get this game in the description. I'll do all that stuff. I'll link the Asylum page on Steam. So you can watch Senor Cordes play this game on his YouTube channel, and he'll talk about all kinds of mistakes that he made and things he would change from the game and whatever. I don't think he should change a thing. I think it's perfect. I love all the puzzles. I love all the dialogue. I love everything about this game. There's nothing I would change about it. It's just so good, so rich in storytelling, and it just speaks to my soul because the main character is a writer. And I'm a writer, and the way he talks like a writer. The dialogue is done like you're reading a novel, and it just speaks to me, and I just absolutely love it. And I'll have more comments, I'm sure, as we go through, but without further ado, let's start playing Scratches.
I arrived at Blackwood Manor one cold Saturday morning amidst a thick veil of fog. The weather didn't look good, and there was an unnatural calm surrounding the area, yet I soon became entangled with the place.
Saturday, October 12th. The cloudy sky above me seemed rather unsettling and almost made me lose my balance. I felt a curious urge to run for shelter, and my new home in the distance seemed very inviting. And this is our new residence, our new home that we just bought. Ooh, I'm ready for the spooks. We'll see, though. We'll see when we get there, though, if I really am. So these are the controls. It's a little floaty, but that's okay. This is where we came from. The imposing main gates were guarding the entrance to the manor. Even if I wanted to leave, I could not do so on foot. Okay, so most of the dialogue you read, but like there's actually like spoken stuff on like the telephone and, you know, as you saw at the beginning, but most of it you do have to read. And here's our mailbox. The mailbox was empty. Okay. And here's our car. Let's look in the boot. It was the boot of my car, which, considering my non-existent technical expertise, I hoped I would never need to open. Yeah, that's not foreshadowing at all. Here's our car. Beep beep. And let's look in the glove compartment and get our keys. I assume that that's where you would put them. It was the car's starter. Yep. Okay. Okay, so, in order to move forward, you click the hand pointing in the middle of the screen. We're gonna go over here and, this is the garage. A hefty lock was preventing my entry to the garage. There was no way I could open it with my bare hands, and we don't have any way to open that just yet. Like I said, I have played this before, so I know how to solve all the puzzles. I know what I'm supposed to do and everything. For now, we're just going to explore. We're just going to look around to see all that there is to see. We're going to start outside. So we're going to go down some of these paths here. And we have a greenhouse here. The door to the greenhouse was stuck, probably due to some serious rusting of its hinges. I almost succeeded, but in spite of my efforts, the door wouldn't budge. I almost thought I was playing Nancy Drew and I wanted to put, my mouse at the bottom of the screen to back away. That's not how you do this game. That's not how you game. Okay. Okay, back this way. And now we're going to go down this path. And we're going to come to the chapel. Oh, there's a place that I missed. Back the other way we were. And this place is also locked. The massive double doors leading to the interior of the chapel were locked. Okay. I believe... Hopefully nobody gets dizzy watching this. I also apologize for the resolution. Maybe I can fix that somehow? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe there's a way I can fix it in post. I doubt it, though. Where are we going? Here. This way. Okay, there is an area we can go to the right, I think. That's the way back. Isn't there? Maybe it's by the chapel. Or maybe, sometimes this game, you have to do, you have to be pointed in a certain way to go to interact with certain things. Maybe that is what's going on here. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Let me go forward one. And... no. Maybe... oh. Is this the way back? No. This is where I was thinking. We've got a little pool here. The tree had a little hole in its base, which allowed some water to pass through. Good, good. Okay. And now we're heading back this way. We already looked at the chapel. You can't go back around the house that way, so we're just gonna, we're gonna go into the house now. believe there's nothing to look at here, so. The door to the house was locked, fortunately. And in order to access your inventory, you right-click. We've got a journal, which has nothing in it yet. And magnifying glass. I think this is the key to the house, my luggage, and my car key. So we need this key. And we're going to use it here. With very little effort, the key unlocked the front door. And we're inside the house. Beautiful. I was about to say Blackmore Manor. Nope. This is Blackwood Manor. Different. We got some vases. There's a huge vase of oriental craftsmanship standing by the window. And it's my bestest buddy in the whole wide world!
Hello?
Michael, it's me.
Hey, Jerry. It's good to hear your voice.
I see that piece of junk you got there is working.
My thoughts exactly. I was afraid it'd fall apart as soon as I laid my fingers on it.
So how did you find everything? Do you like the place?
It's hard to tell yet. I'm very impressed, that's for sure.
You sound odd. Is everything okay?
Yes, it's perfectly fine. It's just that I'm in awe. I mean, pleasantly surprised. This house is like a dream come true.
So you do like it? You got me worried there for 1 second.
I'm telling you, I'm going to turn this place into a factory of horror stories.
You sure are.
You ought to finish that book. I'm rooting for you, mate. You sure everything is in order?
Well, I just got here. Let me have a look around, and I'll get back to you if I find anything strange.
Excellent. I'll talk to you later.
Yay, our bestest buddy, Jerry. He's going to be the... Oh, no, he's not. He's not going to be the only person we talk to. I will say that we won't encounter another person in the game, because, Senor Cordes really wanted us to feel alone, like it's just us. We don't even have any, mirror reflections in this game. Of course, that's also because of budgeting constraints, but it's also, you know, we even don't have ourselves to look at. We are all alone in this place. It was just another ordinary vase. He has something to say about nearly everything in this game. I will also say that this game was very easy to download. I had no issues whatsoever, so that is also good news. It was a rather torn umbrella. The time was 9 o'clock a.m. It's like 9 p.m. for me right now. We can look at literally everything, I feel like, in this game. A generic standard lamp, still it was elegant and tasteful. I intended to brighten up the whole place, but to my surprise, the lights wouldn't work. Weird! And you can look at a lot of the paintings, too. An impressive fireplace. It's surprisingly clean, too, although it hasn't been used in a long time. And we've got some books here. It looked as if an untidy person enjoyed reading in the living room. Ooh, and what is this? Alright, there's a lot of reading in this game, but it is good reading, so you will enjoy it, I promise. April 20th. During a fit of rage, I burnt my previous diary. Not that I regret it. Oh, you know what? I should probably read with a British accent. Would that ruin it? I'll read it with a British accent. April 20th. During a fit of rage, I burnt my previous diary. Not that I regret it, as if my disjointed notes were worth anything. Their only purpose was to keep me sane. I'd feel that this is my escape route, my only means of finding some inner peace. Whenever I put my pen to this paper, I feel that I can reflect upon my situation. I just wish I had more options, that's all. But I'm rambling. I must think clearly. Focus. May 12th. I've become an eternal guardian, stuck between few choices, none of which are good. Do I fulfill a promise and violate everything that I believe in, the very principles of my life, Or am I condemned to spend the rest of my existence in this... This font isn't great. It looks like dead-end. Oh, dead-ended state? A ghost with no other purpose than just being here, watching? I truly have no escape. I can't find an appropriate solution to this problem, and I must pay the price. I'm a shadow of the man I used to be. Only these notes remain, my testament in these moments of meditation, my sole companion. June 26th. Today I spent the entire afternoon staring at the window, my mind a blank. Oddly enough, I really didn't care. It seems now as though it was something natural for me, a part of my personality. But I know the reason very well. I've lost my soul. I'm an empty shell, devoid of any feelings. I renounced them on that fateful day. And the worst thing is, I knew there were going to be consequences. No, that's not true. Consequences were far worse than I expected. How could I be so blind? January 21st? 5th? If that's a 1, the TH doesn't make any sense. 21st. I often wonder, what would have happened if we had simply reversed it all? What would happen if right now, I came out and told the world what really happened? No, I'd end up rotting in jail. Although, there might be a better destiny compared to this eternal suffering. November 17th. I can't say for sure when it began. I just heard them, one morning, coming from the next room. The whispers. Are they real? Have I been alone for too long? They won't stop. I can't stand it any longer. February 9th. Ever since I locked it away, that everything seems to have calmed down a bit. Perhaps James was right after all. It's madness, I know, but at this point I'd be inclined to believe anything. May, don't know what day. Over the years I was convinced that everything James suffered was a misfortune, a whim of destiny. For the first time ever, I'm not so sure anymore. I never thought it could happen, but I believe I understand now. If this is so, then cursed be my soul. Poor James. If I had acted in another way, then maybe things would have worked out differently. But it's too late now, and I have to suffer my Calvary. In reference to Jesus dying on the cross at Calvary, for those who don't know what that means. September 13th. The noises are back, although this time they're different. Before, I'd only hear them inside my head, as if someone or something was whispering and, how to put this, interrupting my thoughts. But now, I could really feel them spreading around the house. What are they? September 14th. I'd realized the noises are coming from down there. I don't want to think about it anymore. December. They are unbearable. They get worse at night. Oh, how I wish it would stop. What is going on down there? I don't dare go nearer. I don't want to know. March? May? God, how many years have passed. I've lost all sense of time. I have to get out of this place. So, it sounds like the diary disturbed me in a way I couldn't explain, yet I felt curious about what had been tormenting that poor fellow. So it sounds like somebody did something really bad, and they are trying to keep a promise that is torturing them to keep. And perhaps that choice is driving him mad, and he's hearing voices and sounds in the house, especially from down there. Wonder what could be down there. I wonder how long that cup of coffee had been sitting there. Gross. Okay. And we've got Abraham about to sacrifice Isaac before an angel stops him. That's in Genesis. The fancy red clock, which sadly wasn't functioning. Too bad. And a piano! It was all gibberish to me. And I don't think you can play the piano. No. Didn't think so. Okay. We have upstairs, let's explore the downstairs first. Okay. And we've got a cabinet full of booze. JB, my favorite. I wonder why it keeps reminding me of Falling Darkness. I certainly wouldn't have minded trying those expensive wines, except that nobody would have been around to pace me. Okay, and I don't think there's anything we need in there. We got some plants over here. I guess that's what happens when you don't water the plants for a long time. A couple of beautiful vases made of shiny glass were standing on the table. It was just some useless junk. Tablecloths, napkins, that certainly isn't my thing. We've got a house picture. The place was full of exquisite, albeit aged, candelabras. And lots of paintings and mirrors and such. Can I look at that one? I want to look at that one. Oh! That's Jesus and Thomas, right? Yeah, it's Thomas wanting to believe. He said he wouldn't believe it was Jesus till he put his hands in where Jesus was pierced. There's a lot of biblical paintings in here. Let's try the lights again. Floaty controls. Just in case, I tried again, but still there was no power. And we have a door here and a door here. Let's go through this door first. And we're gonna go here. Got some vases. It was just an ordinary vase. I didn't see any reason to bother with it. Several vases of African craftsmanship were standing against the west window. And we can open the curtains, let in some light. Shed some light on the subject. And more paintings and knickknacks. The door was stuck beyond hope. Okay, and let's try this door here. There were plenty of kitchen utensils in the house ready to be used. Good, I'm starving. And same dialogue. Let's check out the sink. Apparently the water wasn't running. And the fridge, let's get a snack. The interior of the refrigerator was begging for some serious cleaning, not to mention a powerful disinfectant. Yeah, so nobody cleaned out the fridge for when I was gonna move in. It's kind of annoying. The grinder was open and waiting for anything to be tossed inside to test its bleeds. It was a nice, rustic, old-fashioned grinder. Got some doors here. Countless jars and cans adorned the kitchen. And a key holder, except there weren't any keys hanging from it. Okay, good. Okay, so we have this door, and this goes outside. Let's look everywhere inside first, before we go outside again. Let's go in this door. And this is, looks like a sort of guest bedroom, probably for a maid of some kind. And here's our mirror without our reflection. Practical photography. Class and paper. Stereoscopic pictures. Oh. Looks like whoever stayed in this room had a fascination with photography. The bed in this room was miserable looking. Absolutely was. Wait, what's going on in that picture? Are they smoking something? Smoking a hookah? You can look at all the paintings in this game, and I'm pretty sure none of them are important. You can look at literally everything in this game. Oh, got some pictures. Very nice. The place is full of exquisite, albeit aged candelabras. Yeah, I read that already. Oh, it looked like whoever stayed in this room loved photography. Yeah, looks like they got a lot of photography stuff. It was just some useless junk. Alright. And another door. And we're gonna go over here and look at this picture. And we have housekeeping. I don't know what that says. But back in the Victorian era, they had a lot of housekeeping books. It was, I don't know, because it was very much about home and hearth, back then. And so, having a clean, pristine house, was considered, something for the upper middle class and upper classes. It was very important to them. Especially if you were upper class and you were the lady of the house and you had servants under you. It was a mark of pride for upper class women to have a to have a nice, clean, well-run household. And so they had whole manuals about how to order your staff and the exact kind of curtains that you want in your house and how to clean your bedspread properly. They had all kinds of handbooks for that sort of thing back then. The topmost sheet of paper of the pile had some curious markings on it, so I grabbed it to have a closer look. Do I have anything? Oh, that's it, right here. Can I say anything about it? I don't know if I can say anything about it. Squirrel! And just a bunch of uninteresting books. Okay. And the drawer. Practical photographer. Okay, and we got a pencil. I do believe... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. We have a picture here, and that vase wasn't there. That key wasn't there either. But you know, I do know where that vase is. Maybe we should go look at that vase again. Okay, let me go ahead and do this. I managed to reveal what appeared to be a letter in Italian. Oh. Too bad we don't know Italian. Maybe we know somebody who does. Okay, let me look at this picture over here. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, one picture we can't click on. And we're going to go through this door. Okay, and it looks like a bathroom. The sink was covered with a thick coating of dust. It looked as if the cleaning ladies had skipped this room. And again, the water isn't running. Yeah, there's no mirror. The smell coming from the toilet prevented any further investigation. I will also say that I believe... I don't know for sure, but I think this game was originally written... Actually... I think it might have been originally in Spanish. I don't know, just because Agustin Cordes is Argentinian. But even so, like, his English is really good. Like, the English in this game is, like, perfect. For, someone who made this game that, English isn't their first language. It's very well done. And this is also the room that we saw in the beginning credits. Evidently, this bathroom had been used as some kind of dark room. Yeah, for her pictures. Cool. Alright. Okay. The door to what I assumed was the basement was locked. How unfortunate. Okay, so back to these vases. Now that there's light coming through, we can actually take a peek in the vase. And it has a key! Wow! Guess what that key goes to? Maybe we'll save that for last. Okay, so let's go back this way. And let's see what's through this door. We have a globe. Cool. I am somewhere over here. Somewhere. Can't really see. Oops, that's not what I wanted. We can click on some of these books here. We can't read any of them, but the huge collection of books was impressive. I would have gladly spent days going through them. I would have too. I believe there's somewhere where he'll talk about a specific book. Not sure where exactly. Oh, the Necronomicon by Abdul al-Hazred. Whoa! At the Mountain of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft. The previous folks had taste, no question about that. Agustin Cordes really loves H.P. Lovecraft. I will say that I've never read anything by Lovecraft. I've seen some YouTubers play games inspired by Lovecraftian stories, and I've never liked any of them. So I don't have a positive opinion of Lovecraft, but it's not a fair judgment. I'll be honest about that. I would have to actually try reading some of his stuff to really know. It was just some boring and annoying book entitled Worlds of Mist. Is that a reference to the game Myst? I don't know anything about that book. That game. Several trophies for remarkable accomplishments adorned the room. I do know that Senor Cordes really likes adventure games, and so he's probably familiar with the game Myst. And I know that game is very polarizing. You either love it or you hate it. So it might be about that game. Most of the clocks in the house weren't working. A diploma granting the title of construction engineer to James T. Blackwood. So he was an engineer. That's how he made his money. Okay. Alright, I think that's all the books. Let's look at the desk. Ooh! Got some animation there. Cool. Very nice. 2 years in East Africa. The journey to the sources of the Nile. Interesting. Okay. And we got this book here. And we've got another journal. February 6th. The construction of the railway bridge is almost complete and went quite smoothly. It took longer than I expected, yet I wish it would have lasted longer. I will be very sad to leave South Africa. I've become so attached to it, its culture, its arts, over the past few months, that I can't help feeling as if it was already a part of me. I will surely return someday. Soon, hopefully, although I'm afraid there is a great deal of work to be taken care of back in old Britain. Fortunately, I made good friends here, who were ecstatic about my new appreciation of that country. They have offered me some wonderful objects as a token of gratitude, which I have already crafted and got ready to ship, along with many trinkets I bought myself. It looks like I'm about to start a very substantial collection. It's a good thing Catherine agreed to move into our new home, although I fear several renovations will have to be made, even more if I'm intending to start a serious new hobby. It seems I'll have to get back to work. John Peterson has just told me some natives are causing trouble. A very unfortunate thing, although I'm secretly rejoicing. February 12th. The natives won't leave. It's not like they're causing trouble so much as they're unsettling our workers. The only complaint so far has been distraction. They just stand still between the trees staring at us, without blinking an eye. I've watched them for a few minutes, and they truly seemed like some tenebrous statues. At first it was just annoying, but lately it has become downright creepy. They seem to be stalking us. So it's not like they're hindering the construction, but there is a general uneasy feeling, as if they were about to jump at us at any moment. I think I will hire some protection as a measure of precaution. February 15th. Fascinating. I've been looking into these natives. They live in a nearby village and are a very small group, yet they seem to manage quite well. I had thought of them as quite an uncivilized tribe, but their movements are calculated, and one can perceive a sense of careful organization in their tasks. Oddly enough, they seem to be very brutish, and their aspect looks awful, although I couldn't take a good look at their facial features as I followed one of them completely on my own, and it could have been dangerous getting any closer. Also, the village is poor and very rough, but some of the shacks leapt out as inviting or special. It made me very curious. I'll try to come closer tomorrow. February 16th. My second expedition to the village of the natives has been foiled by an unexpected problem at the bridge. I'm afraid it was due to a slight miscalculation on my part, an indication that I should be focusing more on the task at hand and put my sudden love for all African things aside for a moment. It was my fault, and I accept it. February 20th. They are at it again, lurking beyond the forest. It's amazing how they have changed our perception of the surroundings. At first we were delighted by the quiet nature of the place. Now we fear what horrors might be concealed in that dark and foreboding cloak of trees. The tops loom above us, overshadowing the bridge, and strange noises haunt our meals. Even the river, telling ungodly secrets. We could be, of course, a bit more sensitive towards distractions, but I can't help feeling the area has, in fact, become more sinister. And yet, I'm still looking forward to satisfying my curiosity about the tribe. February 24th. At last, I found something more about the neighboring tribe. This is an incredible finding, and I just can't withhold my excitement. Some elders at the local town happen to know about them, but only through stories they heard. The most surprising thing is that the tribe was assumed to be extinct long ago, but according to my vague descriptions of the elders, think that we could be dealing with a legend here. Everything they ever learned of them was during their childhood, when the tribe was stalking the town, much in the same way that they had been stalking us. People used to call them Daham, as such was the sound of screams heard echoing late in the night. They'd come out into the streets and seen evil glitter atop a hill in the distance. Some would say it was a fire, others the cursed spirit of an ancient god. Whatever it was, they say the bright light amid those fantastic screams was bone-chilling. The macabre scene would suddenly stop just as it had begun out of nowhere, never to be seen again in days to come. Intervals between those horrible nights became longer and longer until they soon faded into oblivion. The tribe apparently had retreated back into obscurity, until now. They were later known as the Dalmar, a rather more scientific name, although none of the people I spoke with could possibly remember its origin. I find it extremely surprising that nobody has ever heard about this tribe with the exception of a few townspeople. They must be incredibly rare, and judging by the stories passed on from generations in the town, very old. February 27th. I will confess that I've become nearly obsessed with this strange tribe. I see them as the most prized goal of my appreciation towards all South African things. A dangerous yet irresistible reward. I fare as if they were my discovery. I simply have to study them before leaving. I fear I won't have the chance to ever again. It has become an important goal of mine, even more important than finishing the bridge. March 4th. Finally, I've managed to see them. My God, what a disturbing spectacle! When we arrived, they were moving around the village very slowly, without speaking or communicating with each other, each minding his or own business, completely alien to the rest of the world. They were filthy looking, coarse and downright disgusting. I couldn't see any weapons, but they could have been stored somewhere. It was all very strange behavior in a tribe. They must be quite unique. Then, as if they had suddenly all become possessed by some wild spirit, they began shaking spasmodically and screaming like mad. Some of them dropped to their knees and lifted their heads to the sky, eyes blank and moaning in an indescribable way. 2 of them walked away, still in that monstrous and slow manner, and in great contrast to the rest of the scene, into a shack. The next minute they brought out into the open an odd-looking mask. Its shapes, colors, and overall looks, while unsettling, were mesmerizing, and I felt instantly hypnotized by it. It rendered my modest collection of African curiosities into dull and uninteresting items. The mask was very ominous, and the whole tribe seemed to greatly revere it. Soon, they began to gather around it and move in circles, fluttering and chanting a guttural song. Judging by their motions and aspect of the whole ritual, it must have been some kind of war ritual. I'm not sure how to explain what happened next, as I feel my pulse is already throbbing. Words fail me to recount the most disturbing thing I've ever witnessed. One of the male villagers walked into the middle, near the mask, by his own will. It was an almost automatic act. All of a sudden, the remaining members became silent. I can't tell for how long it lasted, but I was afraid to breathe. I think Dalby and the others were also scared. They wouldn't even blink. I remember being soaked wet and expectant. The silence was so unnatural. Then, a few members separated from the people circling the mask and jumped on the single villager, beating him to death. To be completely faithful to the event, the small crowd tore him apart. They grabbed his legs in 2s and 3s and twisted them in a manner I dare not describe. His face was disfigured, with their bare fingernails and teeth, and the torso soon disappeared under the frenzied tangle of hands. In a matter of a few minutes, the villager was torn into a red sack of bones. Not one of the attackers had the compassion to snap his neck during the sickening process. All was very methodical, as if it was just another mundane task. The most terrifying aspect, though, was that the victim didn't even cringe. The silence was so deep I could hear his flesh ripping. I would expect any living creature to scream its guts out in such a condition. I can't tell whether he was drugged or half asleep, but I did recognize him dancing like everybody else before walking into the middle of the circle. It was the most outrageous and sadistic sacrifice I've ever heard of. I don't think I will ever forget what I saw. My intentions of approaching further, even if they didn't have any weapons at hand, vanished. Those creatures, I dare not call them human beings, could have killed my whole company in the blink of an eye with their rage. They seemed to be completely out of themselves and willing to destroy anything intruding into their path. While the images of the sacrifice still haunt my thought, I still can't seem to forget that mask. It was so deceptively simple, and yet perfect in its design. I haven't seen anything like it. I surely would love to take a better look. I feel the Dalma, dangerous as they are, could be the most important ethical finding in decades. What I've seen today is crying for some further investigating. I just can't leave them like that. I would never forgive myself. And the mask. That mask. I was ecstatic after reading the journal. The material was incredible. So good! I love it so much. Alright, let's look in these drawers. So, it appears that, did I just pick something up? Oh, an envelope! Can I put it in yet? Do I know to do that yet? I certainly needed some help with the letter, but who should I have mailed it to? Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know he's supposed to do that yet. Oh, and this thing. A dowel or whatever it is. Oh, That's why I just looked. So, I believe that was James Blackwood. Isn't that the name? Is that the name of the villain in Sherlock Holmes? The first movie from, like, the most recent movie series. Isn't that his name? I know his name is Lord Blackwood. Is his first name James? That's kind of a coincidence. Anyway, so he's an engineer, and so he's building a bridge in South Africa, and he's obsessed with Africa and all African things when he discovers this really creepy, violent tribe that he's just super fascinated with, especially with their mask that they seem to worship. Okay, so that's that. It's not where I thought I was. Not where I thought I was. Same thing he always says. And the fireplace. Remnants of a previous fire. And anything here? Just a bunch of interesting books. The glass is empty. Pity, I could have used a drink. Oh, man. I hear ya. I got some root beer in my fridge. Root beer. Got some... No smoking can kill you, especially when the cigars are decades old. And we've got another door here. And now I'm back in the den. Okay, good. So I think that's all of the doors on the first floor. Let's go up to the second floor. And then we'll go outside, and then we'll check out the basement. I remember that Jerry said a nice room had been prepared for me upstairs. Yes, we're going to take a look in the hallway first. We got more pictures to look at. We'll look at that on the way back. We've got a door here. Got lots of farming photos. A lot of paintings of, like, the feudal system back in the medieval times or whatever. I feel like I know that painting, but I couldn't tell you what it is. This is a creepy painting. It's pretty famous, but I couldn't tell you what it is. I'm pretty sure it seems like a cannibal to me, but I can't exactly tell you exactly where that's from. And look, it's Cthulhu! A nice reference to Lovecraft. I don't know if Cthulhu is Lovecraft, I just know he has some sort of water demon. I don't know. I don't know anything about Lovecraft. I could be totally making that up. Excuse me. My luggage was feeling heavier by the minute, so he really wants to set down his luggage. Okay, well in that case, we'll find his room, which I already know where his room is, so we'll do that next. And we have more stairs, and we have this really creepy picture. Yikes. And this picture. Okay. And another door. And this picture. More weird things that I don't understand. And this picture. Which... Oh! We can have a real close-up of it. That's weird. Okay. Alright. I had to find a good spot to leave my luggage. Yes, of course. Of course, Michael. I quickly realized that this had to be my room. It became evident why as I glimpsed the gorgeous view through the huge window. Okay, let's have a look around our new bedroom. We have what looks like a nurse of some kind. More candelabras. The stone in the fireplace was cold to the touch. A medical bag. I grabbed the stethoscope, which seemed to be about the only useful thing in the bag. Got some creepy old autonomy photos. So it looks like a doctor used to live in this room. feel like I should know what that is, but I can't think of what that painting is. It was too early to go to bed. Speak for yourself. It's never too early to go to bed. Bedtime is my favorite time of the day. Oh yeah, and there's a picture of a doctor. I think a doctor used to stay in this room. That little table could come in handy. Do we want to put this down here? We do. Okay. And we've got this book, Michael Arthate, Vanishing Town. So our character is Michael Arthate. Note that Arthate is kind of a play on Lovecraft. It's kind of the reverse of Lovecraft. Vanishing Town. And this is our character's book. The #1 bestseller, the most breathtaking page-turner of the year. A passing traveler comes across the small town of Fetch Rock, set in Cornwall, England, only to find that it's completely deserted, devoid of any signs of life. Houses, shops, town hall, church, no human being to be seen. The traveler informs the authorities of a nearby town of this fantastic event. The next day, an officer accompanied by 2 policemen visits Fetch Rock, except everything is back to normal. 10 years later, John Parker, a journalist, reluctantly accepts the assignment to investigate these strange events, as they have now grown into a persistent local legend. Could it have been a practical joke by that anonymous traveler? Or did something truly strange take place in the vanishing town? Things become more mysterious when Parker learns no inhabitant of Fetch Rock remembers what happened on that day. What at first seems to be a lousy job for Parker eventually turns into a nightmare, as Fetch Rock is no ordinary town, but home to deadly secrets and a lurking evil. In this outstanding debut, Michael Arthate has concocted a wonderfully twisted tale bound to keep you guessing until the last page, Psychotic Dreams magazine. If H.P. Lovecraft was alive and suddenly decided to write his take on the Wicker Man, the result would be this book. Deep, engaging reading, and downright terrifying tales from Riley? Michael Arthate is a newcomer writer to the genre, born in Providence, Rhode Island. So he's not even British. He sounds British, though. And settled later in London, England, his first novel is proof that he takes no prisoners when the goal is to scare people. With a fresh and compelling writing style, Michael has published several short stories in mystery horror magazines. His upcoming book is eagerly anticipated by his new legion of fans. Cool. Good, so he did really well, and now he's here to write his next bestseller. Okay, and so I believe this is a letter from our good friend Jerry. October 7th, 1976. Michael, it took me months, but at last I think I'd managed it. Well, I mean think, so to speak, as there are only a few details left. But I can confirm with certainty that the house is yours. I owe you an apology, because I didn't think it'd take me that much time. I tell you, I'd have never thought that finding a Victorian house, and no more and no less than in Rothbury, would have been so hard. The majority of the old houses in this region are either impossible to live in, or they belong to the aristocracy. As if that wasn't enough, you and your bloody whims. Was it really that necessary, being so cut off from town? Why all the sudden need for solitude? Well, as long as you don't become one of those typical hermit riders. Anyway, this beauty will take your breath away. It belonged to a wealthy family that always took great care of it. Around the mid-60s, it became the property of one person, I believe a friend of the family. He lived there for about 5 years or so, and then abandoned it. Yes, you read right. Abandoned it. As far as I know, this lunatic, a renowned doctor, spent his last days getting drunk in lousy bars before vanishing from the face of the earth. Why someone would do that is beyond me. The house then became the property of the National Trust, and surprisingly enough, no one ever did anything about it. That is, until I rescued it from oblivion, of course. It took me a lot of work, so I hope you like it. The price is just as we discussed earlier. I know it's hard to believe, but the price of the interior was never agreed upon, so whatever you find inside, be it furniture or a long-lost Rembrandt, it's yours. Just remember our deal. If you find anything of great value, you have to share it. Now, I won't bother you if your sofa collection happens to be valued in the thousands, but if you bump into a hidden cache of money, and you can never know, really, then I want a piece of it. Wait a second. If you happen to sell any important item you find inside the house, such as your sofa collection, I have to get a part too. Business is business, my friend. Ah, Jerry, always looking out for me. By the way, I sent 2 people over yesterday to clean it from top to bottom. 6 years without inhabitants must have left a nice coat of dust, don't you think? They could do wonders, though, and you are going to need weeks to fully clean that place. Oh, they told me the house seems to have a rat problem, but you can't have it all. Should you need anything, don't hesitate to give me a call. Your friend, Jerry. I couldn't be bothered to clean out the fridge. That's like one of the main things you clean out of a house for somebody to come in. Whatever. I think they need to be fired, Jerry. Alright, Barbara. And we have a phone number there. Very nice. I don't think you need to write down phone numbers in this game. At least I don't think. London and Jerry P. Carter, real estate agent, Rothbury, Northumberland, and there's another number. Okay, cool. And matches. You need matches. Okay. A beautiful oak desk was standing against a window with an extraordinary and inspiring view. The view was inspiring. Jerry had picked the right room for me. It would be ideal when doing some work. Okay, and we're going to put our typewriter down on the desk. Can I click on it at all? Can I click on anything? I was eager to start doing some work, but the idea of exploring the place was too tempting. I can hear the wind, and it's creeping me out. Okay. So I was eager to start doing some work, but the idea of exploring the place was too tempting. Okay. Okay. And let's look in the garbage can and see what the previous owner left behind, which is apparently this doctor person. Why is it that I can't concentrate? Crumbling pages like this. I'm getting worse. The whisperings. They're killing me. They cannot be real. They cannot be real. Barred the doorway, but still can hear them in my dreams. How to get rid of it? If it was only that simple. But tearing it apart would force me to admit its otherworldly nature. No. It just can't be possible. I can't allow these thoughts to cross my mind. But I can really hear them. So clearly. Have I really lost it? It just can't be that I'm experiencing exactly what James did. It has to be influence. How else to explain that every time I walk past the gallery, the whispers grow louder? The luring one inside. At once. Just heard something. Whoa. Is that my dog? Oh, it better be my dog snoring. How else to explain that every time okay, they grow louder, luring inside. I can hear them again. Yes, the tortured souls of the fallen, now suffering for eternity. A chant. Next room. I know for sure its source now. I can't fool myself any longer. Are those drums? Oh, please, for Christ's sake, don't let it be drums. I have to document this. I have to keep going. Because if James was right, may God have mercy on our souls. Oh, I think that's the wind I keep hearing. Ugh! It's creepy! Barred the doorway. I wonder what... I think it is my dog snoring. Creepy! Stop it! The books in the room were rather boring. No horror novels. Unbelievable! Alright. So, I think that note was written by the doctor who used to stay here, and I believe the doctor's the one who wrote the diary we read in the parlor. The one who said that he is an eternal guardian to something mysterious, carrying guilt from a mistake that he'd made, and he's tortured by it, and he's going crazy hearing these sounds, not just from below, but also from the gallery, which we will explore next door. We'll explore this place first, but we'll go to the gallery soon. I'll show it to you. So this is the master bedroom, looks like. We've got more pictures to look at. more stuff. Several romantic novels and history books. I decided to stay away from them. A diploma was displayed on the shelf. It appeared that people who lived in the house were very educated. Good. I would hope that the aristocracy was educated. Books in engineering, maths, physics, not my thing. Got some sort of photograph there. Got some ladies' items by the looks of it. Okay. I don't know why it kicks me out of the drawer. Very nice. I like the photos they have, most of them. Not the creepy ones. I do like art. I didn't want to go through a bunch of trinkets and perfumes, but I do. Come on, man. Alright. Okay. And another mirror that doesn't have a reflection. The bed seemed to be comfortable, but too fancy for me. Oh, I always wanted a 4-poster bed. Yeah, when I become rich and famous, I want a 4-poster bed. We've got a mirror here, which is not going to be important whatsoever. Can I click on this yet? I can. We found a safe. Amazing! There was a safe behind the picture. Yeah, it has a weird hitbox. A lot of people get stuck and don't figure out that you can click there and there's a safe behind the picture. I didn't know the combination. Safe cracking certainly isn't my expertise. Okay, well maybe Jerry has the combination to that. I feel like that's a painting my grandfather would have. He's very much into hunting, fishing, and things. Okay, so that's a master bedroom. And we have another set of stairs there. Let's take a look in this room, which is the bathroom. There were a couple of towels in the bathroom, but a great deal of repair work would be necessary before I would attempt to take a shower. That's fair. Fair. Another mirror and another sink that's not running. And we've got some drawers here that it's very hard to click on them. Can we go forward and then turn? No. I don't know if that's helpful. Ah! It automatically puts you in, like, the center of the screen or something, and that's why. There might be a way to turn that off. Oh, we need that. Oh, see, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, jeez. Oh! But apparently when you close a drawer, it kicks you out. It spins you around. Alright, so that's all we need in the bathroom. So now let's check out the gallery next door. I was unusually surprised after entering this room. It was some kind of gallery. Its theme being African culture. Ooh, so we get to see James Blackwood's African collection. Very, very cool. We got some pictures. We got a lamp. The lamp seemed to be broken beyond repair. Probably the souvenir of a hazardous journey. World Arts, 19th of September, 1962. Dear James, I'm going to make use of these resting moments to thank you once again for your kindness. Those shields that you have donated to us are wonderful. If it weren't for you, our section dedicated to African objects wouldn't be anything else other than a mere collection of photographs. Also, I've been looking into these Dalmar you mentioned. I have to say, they seem to be rather fantastic. If it wasn't for your personal account of their activities, I'd dismiss them as old wives' tales. I found a few books mentioning them, and I'd What? B. Oh, that's a B. Wow. It looked like, oh, an L, an O, and an E. Really close together. I'd be very happy to lend them to you. They will be mailed at once. I hope you can satisfy your curiosity. Cordially yours, Simon Russell. Simon Russell, Director, Durham Museum of World Arts. Okay. And that's it for that. You hear that? Here's some African drums. And we've got a cabinet with some tusks in it. Oh, jeez. A pair of huge carved tusks were occupying a corner of the gallery. Cool. This display case is holding perhaps the most impressive items in the room. It wouldn't move. And we can look down here. The bottom of the case seemed to have some kind of panel. It was firmly stuck in place. Do I have anything that'll pop it out? I just want to see how early I can do this. But it looks like I don't have what I need to do that. Okay. That's fine. Let's look at some of these pieces of art. The beautiful vases were mesmerizing. Very cool. Okay. And we got some masks here. All those masks, they made me feel very uneasy. They seem to be guarding the room. Ugh, masks are creepy. And there seems to be one missing. Weird. Huh. And we have something that looked like a lion's claw was firmly attached to a necklace. Pretty. Alright. I think that's it for the gallery. I think we'll check out the stairs now. We can check out these stairs here, and I'll show that these stairs are just the stairs that lead down here, and we already went up the other stairs. So let's go up the next set of stairs to the attic and see what's up here. We have several doors and more stairs. Anything to look at here? Oh, we have a newspaper. Most of the planks scattered throughout the third floor were all dry and brittle by now. It looks like this place is under construction, the renovations that James talked about. They were just some uninteresting boxes and another set of stairs. It was just a pile of old bricks. Alright, well let's try to go through some doors here. The door seemed to be stuck. Okay, can't go through that one. What about this one here? The door is locked, but I could see a key on the other side through the keyhole. Well, you know, we do have some items that might help us get that key. Let's try the newspaper under the door trick. Let's see if that works. Let's get the dowel here. After a bit of effort, I managed to knock down the key with the help of the boring tool. Impossible to get the key now. I removed the piece of paper and noticed that the key had gotten stuck behind the door. Whoever said that dumb technique worked? It's supposed to be an inside joke for puzzle games. It was impossible to get the key now. Nothing we can do now. Okay. Do I have a key? We have this key, but I believe it's the basement key. No, I guess not. Okay. Maybe I should try the key. I don't think we can. I don't think we can get into that room on day one anyway. Bricks. The amount of trash in this room was unbelievable. They really didn't get far, did they? I didn't even want to imagine the piles of rubbish that were inside those boxes. And I swore that I would scream if I saw another brick. Okay, and we've got this stove thingy. A neat little stove was standing on a plank. Okay, it looks like it's missing something. Okay. I think that door we went through. So this door goes into the next room, which looks like it was supposed to be a bathroom. Most of the planks scattered throughout the third floor were all dry and brittle by now. The upper bathroom would have been beautiful under different conditions, but in its current state it was sad and depressing. Okay. And I think we can click on something over here. Yep. And that is the missing prong on the stove. But we won't be using the stove for quite a while. Okay, and we're back out here. So, we just explored both of those rooms, I believe. Unless... Yes. Okay, I wanted to make sure. Okay, so now... Should I try the key on that door? I don't think... No, I remember where the key is. Okay, so now we're gonna go up here. And the animation is reversed, unfortunately. Okay. A useless array of random items of every imaginable size and color occupied all the corners of the attic. And we've got a neat little music box here. Whoops. Very pretty. There were nothing of interest among those trinkets. Okay. And we've got some newspapers. The pile of newspapers was huge. I needed a more specific date to look for. So we're going to be doing some research using those newspapers. Ooh, we got a lamp! And we've got some advertisements here. We got a receipt for some meat packers. Interesting. I'm not sure that there's anything else important here. Just some interesting things we can look at. Alright. I strained my eyes to detect if there was anything useful among that junk, but instead I got the impression of a sinister presence lurking in the shadows. Ooh, spooky. Alright. Well, I think that's everything in the attic. I think that's everything in the house. So I think we're gonna look outside the back door next. Oh, wait, hold on. There's another set of stairs. I forgot. We've got a window here that we can look out. Interesting. And further up the stairs, we've got, another window here. Oops. I was trying to look out it. They didn't render the sky. Oops. Oopsies. We got this. A couple of old and rusty lamps adorn the top of the tower. And we've got this crack in the wall. There's a huge crack in one of the walls in the tower. Okay. I think that's everything in the attic. I think that's everything on the second floor. So we'll go outside and then we'll look in the basement. And then we'll call Jerry is what we'll do. Gotta let him know that there's no electricity in this place. And no electricity means no internet. And we just can't survive without internet. Can't do it. So we're gonna take a quick look out here. Gonna go down this way to a mausoleum, a little crypt here. Can we get inside yet? I think a thick wire was tied between both handles securing the door to the crypt. Years of corrosion had stiffened the wire on the door handles, making it possible to manipulate with my bare hands. I don't think I have anything to take care of that, so that's all we can do out here for now. So let's go back in the house and finally go down to that dreaded basement. And you'll be hearing Cellar of Rats at his best. Okay. Key. The golden key fit nicely into place and unlocked the door. Let's go. It's the scariest soundtrack of the game. Is this song right here. Very, very spooky. When I was a kid, I would just take my headphones off at this part. Or I would turn off the volume or something. Because I could not handle it. We got some stuff on the walls here. It was terribly cold and damp in the basement. Got some fuses down here. See if that fixes the electricity. There appeared to be nothing wrong with the fuses. And we've got this furnace. There's a huge furnace covering most of the east wall. I didn't understand why, but I began to feel terribly uneasy. It had a menacing look to it. It does, doesn't it? The interior of the furnace was as dark as the mouth of a wolf. In any case, I didn't want to spend too much time near it. Yeah, no. No thanks. Oops. Ah! I'm trying to click on it. The valve was stuck and wouldn't budge. There was a drain cover in the concrete. Okay. And I don't think we can do anything with that right this minute. I hoped I wouldn't have to push any of those boxes around. Oh, oops. They were just some uninteresting boxes. Alright. Okay, I think that's everything here. My mind could have been playing tricks on me, but there seemed to be some occasional distant noises. Whoa. Well, maybe that's our cue to leave. How about we do that? Back to safety. Okay, so I think we've explored the house completely. So let's give our friend Jerry a call. Oh, and maybe we should try the electricity again to make sure that the fuses didn't work. Yeah, no, fuses didn't work. Although, if the electricity is not working, how does the phone work? Unless the phone has its different kind of power source or something. Maybe there's something I'm not understanding with how phones work, but the phones work, but electricity doesn't. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. I wanted to speak with Jerry.
Hello?
Jerry, it's me.
What's up, Michael?
Everything seems to be fine, except the lights don't work.
Oh, you don't have to worry. I forgot to tell you. I had an electrician,
Oh.
one that I trust, to meet you there this morning.
Okay.
You know how a lack of power can be a recurring issue in old places like that?
Yeah.
He should be arriving soon.
That's good to know. I'll set up my stuff and let you know how everything does later.
Perfect. Have fun.
Sure.
I hope we didn't miss him. I've been exploring the house an awful lot. Let's go see if he's out there. Maybe he's been waiting for me. Gotta follow the path. I went to the front gates just as Jerry had instructed, but there was no sign of the electrician. Well, let's see if he left us a note. And he did. Mr. Arthate, Mr. Carter sent me here today to fix a power problem in your residence. I was told to meet you at the gates, but I've been waiting a few minutes. Yeah, I've been exploring the house. Sorry, bud. And still haven't seen any signs of you. I will wait some more and then leave. Please contact Mr. Carter as soon as possible. Why would you put I'll wait some more and then leave in your note if you wouldn't need the note at all if you end up meeting him if you wait some more? There's no point in putting that in the note. Alright, let's call Jerry.
Carter Properties.
Jerry, we have a problem.
What happened?
The electrician missed me. He left a note in the mailbox.
Bloody hell. He was supposed to meet you at the gates early this morning. I thought he was just being late.
Damn, then I must have missed him for a few minutes. What the heck am I supposed to do now?
Why don't you go check the fuses yourself?
Already did.
Maybe it isn't that serious.
Jerry, all the fuses seem to be fine. I think the problem might be a little more complicated than that.
I see.
What should we do now?
Go get some candles.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. I'm calling this guy right away, and I'm afraid he won't be able to stop by until tomorrow. He was already driving there today as a personal favor.
There must be something you can do. I don't feel comfortable walking
I
around
would not
this
be
place
comfortable.
with dim lights.
Oh,
I barely know.
I hate it when the power goes out in a house that I know.
It would be like you were living in a past century. Exquisite
Yeah, sure.
Victorian house, lit by candles. What I wouldn't give to be in your place.
Well,
I
then
left
let's
my
switch,
sense of
Jerry.
adventuring back in London, thanks. I have work to do.
Then do it. What else could you ask for? Now you have the chance to experience firsthand one of your period pieces.
Oh, very funny. Try getting that guy over here as soon as possible.
Don't worry, I will. Make sure you find some candles before it gets too dark.
Yes, candles. Bye.
I will say that if you do things in a different order, you do get slightly different dialogue. I kind of explored the house before having these conversations. If you have these conversations before exploring the house, the conversation does go a little differently. Like, you're supposed to technically have that call before you check the fuses. And then Jerry says, hey, check the fuses. And Michael's like, I don't know how to do that. And he's like, my grandmother could do it, you know. But you would get slightly different dialogue if you did things in a different order. Okay. I think I'm supposed to call Jerry right back, because I already looked through the house, and there are no candles. He might have even said something at the bottom, and I forgot to read it.
Jerry Carter here.
Hey, Jerry.
Michael, did you find yourself some candles?
No, not yet. This place is huge.
Well, keep looking.
I'm
Sure.
supposed to...
Bye.
I looked through the whole house! What are you talking about? Maybe it does expect me to open a couple more drawers. I think the puzzle requires you to open several drawers. I did, though! I did open several drawers! How did I not open enough drawers to be like, there are no candles? I opened that drawer. Or maybe he wants me to call Barbara first. There are no candles. I already looked everywhere. How have I not looked at enough places? I'm gonna try calling Barbara.
Hello, Arthate Productions.
Arthate Productions? What in heaven's name was that?
Oh, hi, boss. I was just fooling around.
Well, don't. I don't want people thinking I'm some kind of studio. And don't call me boss.
I'm sorry, it's just that no one was calling and all of a sudden I got excited.
I told you it was going to be that way, girl. But I still need you there. I just hope you're not being bored to death.
Oh, don't worry. I'm studying tongues during my spare time.
Oh,
I love
are
that
you?
so much.
Italian?
That's great, but don't lower your guard. As soon as I publish my new book, that place is going to get riddled with phone calls and hundreds of fan mail.
That's the spirit, boss. I know your new book's going to be a huge success.
Of course it will. As soon as I find a proper
I hear you,
ending.
buddy. Although I
And
never
stop
write a
calling
book
me
without
boss.
knowing the
As you
ending,
wish, Bob.
so...
Oh, sorry.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Good luck.
Okay. Try Jerry again?
Jerry Carter here.
Hey, Jerry.
Michael, did you find yourself some candles?
No, not yet. This place is huge.
Well, keep looking.
Sure. Bye.
Okay, no. I could try Barbara again. Because I am supposed to talk to her about the letter, but I don't remember what day you do that on.
Hello?
Hey, it's me, Bobby dear. I need to ask you a
Yes.
favor.
Bring it on.
I found a letter here,
she's
and
cute.
I'm curious about it. It's in Italian. Do you think you could translate it for me?
My, Mr. Arthate, are we being naughty?
Mrs. Styles.
Yes, of course I can. Just send me the letter and I'll put hands to work as soon as I have it here.
Excellent. I wonder if the postman will come by. I feel like I'm the last person alive on the whole planet here.
As
Well,
you're
have you
supposed to
told the
feel
post
in this
office in
game.
Rothbury that you're moving to Blackwood Manor?
Yes, Jerry did. I just hope they don't forget about me, that's all. In any case, thank you. You're such a dear.
That's what I'm here for.
Actually, that's what I'm paying you for. Anyway, I'll go and try mailing that letter.
I'll be standing by for action.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Good luck.
Okay. Alright. Let me do that then. Let me... Oops. That together. And do I need to put an address on it? I do. Alright. And now we'll take it to the mailbox. And then maybe it'll let me progress with the story with Jerry once I do that. Because I do know there's an aspect of the puzzle where you have to open at least like 3 different drawers in order to trigger the next conversation. But I did that. For sure I did that, so... I mean, I opened all the drawers in the bathroom, you know, like, and there's like 6 of them. So... there's supposed to be text at the bottom of the screen that's like, I already looked all through the house, and there were definitely no candles, or whatever.
Jerry Carter here.
Hey, Jerry.
Michael, did you find yourself some candles?
No, not yet. This place is huge.
Well, keep looking.
No.
Sure.
Did I
Bye.
mess up? Let me try calling Barbara. Okay. I had already bothered Barbara enough and I wasn't paying her that much after all. Okay. Okay. I guess, I don't know. I'll go through the house again and open some drawers. Oh, wait! There is a drawer that I forgot to look in. Isn't there a drawer I can open here? Yes! I decided to stop looking for candles. It was evident that there were none to be found. Okay, so there's a specific drawer you're supposed to look in because you need this in your inventory. That's what I forgot to do. Okay. Good. That didn't take that long. Good. So now we can call Jerry. Is there something I can do with that knife? Right now? I don't think so. Oh, wait. I could probably go mess with that cabinet in the gallery. The one with the tusks. I want to see if I can do that at this point in the game. I can! The panel had been concealing a couple of wheels, but I don't have what I need for the wheels yet, so... Interesting. Okay. Alright, now let's go talk to Jerry.
Yes?
Jerry, I'm freaking out. I couldn't find a single candle inside this place.
You're kidding me. I can't believe it. Did you look well?
Yes, every
Yeah.
single room, drawer, box, cabinet, nothing. No candles.
Alright, listen. The town isn't too far away. No more than 20 minutes drive. If you can't find some candles there, I'll eat my hat.
You'll eat your whole closet. This is getting on my nerves.
Come on, it's just a quick ride. You know how to get there?
Yeah, I saw it on my way here. Did you call Mr. Busy Electrician who couldn't hold on for just 5 more minutes?
Yes, he'll be doing me another special favor, and we'll be going there tomorrow afternoon. It's the best he can do. You have to bear in mind it's Sunday. We'll charge extra, of course.
I don't care. I have no power. I'll get him myself if he doesn't show up.
Calm down. Drive to the town before it gets too dark. You won't be able to find your way back if it does.
Yeah, I had to buy some food anyway.
There you go. Godspeed. And drive safe.
All right.
Alright. Well, let's pop into our car and take a nice little trip into town. Won't that be nice? Okay. Let's get our keys and pop it in. Ugh. What now? The car would not start. It was only then that I realized I had left the lights on. Oh my goodness! The battery's dead. Okay. Give another call to Jerry. Jerome, help me, my man.
Let me guess. Michael.
Jerry, you won't believe this. It's insane. My car is dead.
What? Are you sure? Have you checked its pulse?
I'm not joking. It's gone.
My friend, this completely redefines the term suspension of disbelief you sometimes use for your stories.
I know. I'm speechless. I forgot the lights on and the car ran out of batteries. All because of that bloody fog. Jerry, you've got to help me.
Why do you have your lights on in the
Michael,
fog?
look at the time.
Well, I guess you
We
would
can't
have your
drive
lights on.
till
Not necessarily your
right
brights,
now.
but...
But Jerry, I can't spend the whole night without one single source of light. I barely know this place. I
No
won't
way,
be able to find
Jose.
my way.
I'd start
I don't
walking
know if it's
to
really
town
ghosts yet.
if I was
Are you a
him.
sleepwalker, Michael?
Heck
Lie
no
down,
would I
bed,
do
you
this.
sleep, you wake up.
No way.
Bright light, then.
That's
No
not
way.
helping. And
No
you're
way.
the one who got me into this mess in the first place.
Hold on a minute. It's not my fault if the electrician missed you for a few minutes. There aren't any candles in a 3-story mansion, and your car's battery was low.
Okay, listen. When will you be coming back to Rothbury?
I'll be arriving home early tomorrow morning, and I'll come for you shortly after. We'll drive to town, stock yourself up, and then spend the rest of the day in your garden, drinking some beers while we wait for Mr. Electrician. Sounds like a plan?
That does
Yeah,
sound nice.
Yes. And I don't think there's any plan B either.
I'm afraid not. Sorry. I really took all the precautions to make your stay there as comfortable as possible. But I guess sometimes things are just meant to go wrong.
Apparently. All right. I'll be on my way then.
Call me back if you need anything. And Michael,
Yes,
just don't let this situation get on your nerves.
I promise it won't. Goodbye.
Easy for you to say. You can't call somebody? You can't call somebody to come jump your car or something? I feel like he could have done more. Anyway. Let's go to bed. Oh wait, hold on. I wanna... Oh, you see how it's kind of darker in the house now? I think that it's darker. I think also the light will change outside too, based on the time of day. So I want to see if it's darker outside. I think it might be. I feel like it still kind of looked like this, but maybe it's darker. And we'll click on the clock. The clock will tell us what time it is. A majestic grandfather clock was gently ticking nearby. It was almost sleep-inducing, but I was glad it was working. I don't think I read that earlier. Alright, the time was 6 p.m. That's good enough for me. Any time is bedtime for me. I love bed. And it's October, so it's probably, dark enough. Alright. Tired as I was still too early to sleep. Ah! What more do I need to do? What? No, I can't think of what I need to do. Uh-oh. I knew I had to work on my book, but I decided that looking around a bit more wouldn't hurt. Maybe I can look something up in the attic? Maybe. We'll try that. There's certain things that you have to accomplish before you can finish a day. There's 3 days in the game, and there's certain things you have to accomplish before you finish each day. Maybe there's something... Maybe there's a date I can look up. In the newspapers. Oh, crap. I'm stuck. Oh, no. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's not good. How can I be stuck? There might be one more phone call to Jerry I can make about the safe. Although you can do the safe on day 2. I'll try.
Hello?
Jerry, it's me.
What's up, Michael?
Oh, yeah!
Do you know anything about the previous inhabitants of this house?
Not much. Just there were some strange individuals. There's also the murder.
You're kidding me. A murder?
An old-fashioned murder. You'd probably love the details, but sadly I don't know very much. It's old history, really. Although it caused quite a stir there in Rothbury. It seems the owner, James Blackwood, I think, went mad and killed his
James.
wife. I do remember the date, though.
Oh.
May 1963.
Alright, now we have a date.
James Blackwood, according to the stuff I've been reading.
So you're already turning the place upside down? I should have thought so.
There's enough material for a whole series of stories here, you know.
After you finish your book, my friend.
Yeah, but it can never hurt poking around a little.
Would you just get back to work? Call me if you need anything.
All right, goodbye.
Okay, so now we have a date. So now we will go up to the attic and look through the newspapers and look for that date that Jerry gave us. Okay, I looked for the date that Jerry told me and found an interesting article. The Journal, Northumberland Daily Newspaper, Tuesday, 25th of May, 1963. Terrible news shocks the community of Rothbury. Mr. James Blackwood, distinguished resident of this town and a widely acknowledged construction engineer, was accused of murder yesterday by Miss Eva Mariani, maid of the Blackwood family. While the nature of the situation is of the most unusual, given that Mr. Blackwood is a highly respected gentleman, Miss Mariani, an Italian immigrant and aspiring photographer, affirms to have having a photograph that supports this accusation. I knew no one would ever believe me, so I took a picture of him, she says. I was supposed to be in town during the afternoon, but I didn't have the need to. I didn't have any errands to do, so I was in my room and saw the shadow out in the garden. When I glanced through the window, I just couldn't believe my eyes. The lady. Oh God, the sole thought of it sent shivers down my spine. The photograph in question is in possession of the authorities, and it has been revealed that it clearly shows Mr. Blackwood bearing a shape in his garden. We can almost confirm that the shape is a body, says Police Chief William Bailey, but even if the image is not clear, this alone with Miss Mariani's statement is enough to open a serious case against Mr. Blackwood. Police officers are already heading to the Blackwood Manor as we speak. Up until this accusation, it was believed that Mrs. Catherine Blackwood was on a trip. According to the information we received from the school where she teaches, the police chief continues, a notice was sent to the teacher's department which stated that Mrs. Blackwood had to leave on a sudden trip and that she would make use of her license to do so. Miss Mariani's accusation puts Mr. Blackwood in a very compromising situation. Even if we can't find anything in the garden, he has a lot of explaining to do. The efforts of Dr. Christopher Milton, one of Rothbury's most respected doctors and longtime friend of the Blackwood family, to minimize the facts have been unsuccessful, and the news is a subject of discussion throughout the whole town. Hundreds of rumors are crossing the land. Theories range from plausible and well-conceived to wild and crackpot ideas. But the question that keeps lingering in everybody's mind, for which the answer has yet to be found, is, why would a wealthy and educated man cold-heartedly murder his wife after 30 years of marriage? Good question. Okay, and that's the only thing we can look at for now. Maybe now we can go to bed. I lay down on the bed. Now, what is that? Sounds like something is being boarded up. Ooh, my footsteps are echoey. It's so echoey, and I can't go anywhere except where it lets me. So I can't go there, I can't go here, but I can go here. And like the camera's like zooming in. How far does it zoom? I'm just curious. Wow, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Okay, and now it's going back out. Oh, look, the tusk cabinet is gone, and there's a door behind it that's being boarded up. Ooh, who is boarding it up? Didn't we read something about somebody, the past inhabitant, boarding up a door, locking something away? The doctor, which was Christopher Milton, we read in that newspaper. I was awakened from my strange dream by some odd noises reverberating around the room. You mean scratches? Suddenly the noises seemed to grow louder. Were they coming from the fireplace? The stone in the fireplace was cold to the touch. Let's try listening. I listened carefully as I moved the stethoscope around the fireplace. Yes, the noises were coming from there, but I still couldn't determine their source. Well, maybe we can get closer to the source. Let's go down to the parlor and check out that fireplace. The noises were definitely spreading through the fireplaces, probably via some conduit. I concluded they had to be coming from below. The fireplace had a generous amount of wood in it, and I was relieved to know what I could warm the place up in case it got cold. I'm certainly not good at chopping trees. I don't think I read that originally. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything more we can do about it. Except maybe go down into the basement. I thought about investigating, but then I realized the basement would be pitch black at this time. I couldn't go down there without some light. That's relief. Alright, well maybe we should go back to bed? Ooh, or we could see what time it is on the clock. The time was 1 a.m. Well, let's see if we can go back to bed. The scratches had stopped. I thought it was the right moment for me to go back to sleep. Alright. I went back to bed. Sunday, October 13th. This is my favorite day of the game. On the second day, a fierce storm had assaulted the land. I could hear the trees creaking, or rather moaning, to the lashing of the rain, and I quickly abandoned my hopes of having the power fixed. It's so cozy, that rain. Alright, but that is the end of day 1, and I think that will also be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of the video. Click the like button if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and click the notification bell so you can be notified the next time I upload. My socials are linked in the description. My X, Instagram, TikTok, and my Patreon if you like to support what I do. Everything associated with this game will be linked in the description down below, including how to download this game and also the next game, Asylum. And thank you so much to my patrons. You are so important to me, and I'm so grateful to you. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and check out my page. I'm also a writer, and I write short stories and novels and horror stories and all kinds of stuff. I also write free stuff, so don't be afraid to check it out. Yeah, and I will see you next week for day 2 of Scratches, and I hope you have a magical day.